Good morning, good evening. Thank you for listening. This is a medical cannabis show, and I respect the law, and I hope you do too. Information in today's show is for educational and scientific purposes and is fact-checked, and any papers or articles or that type of thing discussed, the descriptions and the links will be put in the below box. Hope that makes sense. I think you're picking up what I'm laying down. And if you're rewatching this back, you might want to fast forward until you see some slides or the picture change on the screen. That's usually when a topic's come about, because it's an open topic at the moment. So I'm waiting for chat to arrive and have some cool discussion, and we can talk about some things. I like the questions though, because that drives me for a bit of a challenge, because I think, oh, right, all right. And speaking of cool people, hello to Scarecrow 420. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you've been well. So I'll give it till 2 minutes, and then I'll start and think of something to say. So if you're listening to this live, please put your questions or any cool like myths things or any stuff like that that you've heard that might be able to make it interesting for other people to listen to. Let's see, it's 1 minute 50. Hello, Fred. 420 Fred. Scarecrow Grove says, I've been well. That's good. Very good. So it's 2 minutes now. I'm going to try and think of something just to carry us through till when this show actually starts from the topic, because I always change the topic, because at the moment it's still open. But once we get something to talk about, I'll change it to that. So that's how I get the topic for the shows. Scarecrow says, I have taken my online break. Oh, okay. Yes, it can get a bit full on at times, can't it, mate? It's good. Oh, he says, but he's back. Oh, very nice. Yeah, it can be full on. I don't do a great deal of social media for that reason, because there's a lot of drama, and I'm not into drama. I'm into facts and science and keeping it positive, because there's so much negative in this life to drag us down. We don't need any more negative. You don't want to hear it from someone carrying on like myself. So that's what I try and generate in the show. Some positivity and some science and some facts. And hopefully new science, because that's always interesting, because science is forever changing. Scarecrow says, I miss our old lives. Yes, it used to be good fun. Right. Oh, well, things change, eh? I'm still trying to find something to say. So if you're listening to this, please put something into chat. You might have heard it from somewhere else and you'd like some clarification, or you'd like something explained a bit more in detail. I can open up my university slides that's related to plant science, soil science, and microbiology, and we can get some action happening. Scarecrow says, we always had a blast. Yes, it was good fun, mate. Yes, it was just peaceful and fun, wasn't it? It's nice. There's Raptor. Hello, Raptor. There you go. Scarecrow says, that's the way, mate. Good on you. Still waiting for Chewy. Is there anything you heard this week that's interesting, Raptor, that you'd like to put in the chat, or you'd like a topic elaborated on, or you might have some controversy in plant science, soil science, and the microbiology world that might be interesting for everybody. And if it goes for 10 minutes, that means there's been no show. So I'll give it another 5 minutes. That hasn't been for ages, has it? I don't know if she's just a bit off topic. I like cricket. I don't know if you are into cricket. It's pretty good. Scarecrow says, I can join you live if you'd like. I like the, yes, you're welcome to. But there's no swearing. There's codes that got to be stuck to, because my streams get monetized for scientific and educational purposes. So gardens and all those other types of things, anything that doesn't sort of keep the policies good for YouTube is something that I don't do. Or I try, I try and stay away from it, because I like all this effort that I put in to be monetized, and I have been getting that lately from doing those things. So you're more than welcome to, mate, if that's up your alley, because even one swear word's enough to get it unmonetized, and that means it's the whole stream's got to been put to waste. That's all. So I don't want to be rude, but you're definitely welcome. What do you reckon, Scarecrow? Raptor says, I would like to hear your process on organically making cuttings and keeping them healthy enough to transplant. Okay. All right. I'll elaborate on that. That's fantastic. Scarecrow says, I'll join you. All right, mate. I'll put the link in. There you go. I'll get to answering Raptor's thoughts. So I would like to hear your process on organically making cuttings and keeping them healthy enough to transplant. Righto, thanks for the good question. I'm going to look into, see if I've got any slides on this so I can just not talk on a blank screen. So it's all about health before I want to get them transplant, before the cuttings are done. So we're into plant science. So good health. Plant's immune. Well, that's usually activating it. Or is there anything in here to activate it? No, actually, that's the opposite. Employee rhizosphere. Plant growth and development. Yes, plant growth and development should be good, actually. So we can talk about, or maybe tissue culture, about what happens when you take a cut, about the signals that get sent through the plant's cells, and they don't like it. Where would that section be? That might be in some courses. Plant science, plant biochemistry. Getting a bit off topic. Maybe I don't have anything to talk about. All right. I know, I'll put into the search engine. Hey, there he is. Hello. To stage. Yeah.
Cheers.
How you going?
Long time no talk, Aussie. I missed you, dude.
Yeah, mate. Same. Nice to see you. I'll just get back to answering this question. It'd be good to not chat with you after the stream even ends, Scarecrow. That'd be pretty cool. So I can
hit me up anytime on Instagram. You can hit me up live anytime. or hit me up on a call or message. I'll respond to ASAP, brother.
Yeah, I don't use
It's been a long
Instagram.
time since we've gotten to BS, my friend.
Yeah, yes, it has. But I don't do any social media stuff, mate. That's the thing. That's I
Nor
don't
do
do it.
I.
I
I
don't go to Instagram.
I don't do, if you look at my YouTube or my Instagram, I haven't done my own lives in a very long time, my friend.
Yeah,
I'll join occasionally to get the kick out of me, but I'm good.
yeah, that's good. There's Lene. Hello, Lene. G'day, she says. Oh, everybody.
Good day.
Got a question on Raptor would like to know the process on organically making cuttings and keeping them healthy to transplant. Well, I can't find much on the search. I'm going to share screen.
Can I say one thing that I do know for a fact that I've used a lot with my germinating and everything, like to help add a little hydrogen peroxide to the water. It's adding a little extra oxygen to the water, which is if you have the cutting on a slant angle, it should help start the rooting.
Yeah, the hydrogen peroxide might do the oxygen bit, but it's not good for the microbes. So
Well,
being
if
organic
you're
practice,
trying to create a clone at the very beginning, that's the reason I had to say that. To get a plant growing organically to start a clone. Sorry, Aussie. I've learned a lot in the last 10 years, my friend.
that's all right. We've all got there's heaps of different ways to grow. There's in organic and mineral feeding, so there's just multiple, and then in those topics you can elaborate from that. So there's a lot of different ways to get the plant to its outcome. I'm looking for I'll share the screen again. I'm trying to get back to the plant growth and development, the processes. Was that it? Oh, plant growth and development. So this is a course done. Oh, it is that one. There should be a. No, we're going to get with.
And Aussie, I can actually show you my lighting without showing you any plants right now. So
No,
on
thanks.
YouTube, it wouldn't count against you whatsoever because there's no plants. It's just lights.
No, I don't want to take any risks, to be honest. Unless, wait, after, I'll be curious to see after the stream finishes.
Well, I'm still, that how I was building Chill Tech lights back in the day, chilled LED grow lights.
Yep.
That really insanely cool light I built at first back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, that company no longer exists. But I've only added to my grow lights my system and the way I have my garden set up.
That's good.
Because just as important for lights and stuff like that, the environment is important as much.
Definitely.
You gotta have the whole system, everything dialed in perfectly, brother.
Sweet.
Like the humidity, the air temp, everything. Air circulation. It all has to be tied in.
That's right. You got to create what it wants.
Yes, you do, my
Right.
friend. I miss talking to you live, brother.
So do I, but this the show's sort of changed a bit now. It's more, I don't know how to put it. I'm caught in the middle.
I'm sorry if I'm bothering you, brother.
You're not bothering me one bit, but the show, I don't know how to explain it, really. I'm just off. I'm put off. I don't usually have guests. I had a guest ages ago, and there was a problem with that. And then since then, I've just not had guests. No, not having any more because it just caused issues with YouTube. That was the only problem. It's not to do with the person. The person didn't do anything wrong, but it was just they acted the way they normally do, and YouTube didn't like it. So that's what.
Well, I can tell you one thing that will cheer you up on that to make you settle your vibe down for yourself, making it so you don't feel so awkward. I have no strikes against me. I never have had a strike against me on YouTube.
Yeah, that's good, but the strikes are
As
different
long
from
as
being
I've been doing
monetized.
this,
Yep.
they can't hold anything against me. We're talking, like Raptor Girl says, it's a horticulture discussion. It's not showing any plants. Nothing can be held against any of us. Even though I'm a total legal grower, and I've been growing for well over 10 years legally, YouTube still wants to hold it against people sometimes. Instagram's even 10
I'm
times
sick
worse.
of fighting with YouTube to try and get my stuff monetized. They say one drug reference and I am struck. I get no monetization for that week. And just by saying everybody has to be licensed, I do not support recreational drugs. That's it. That's the topics. I have to cover those under those guidelines. So I can only.
It's my medical. It's my I've been legally licensed to able to grow for over 10 years because it's my medicine.
And then I've got to try and argue with them with my disabled hands to try and get a result, and they just say no. So it's much, much easier for me just to continue the way things have been continuing, I suppose, without being rude. I don't want to see your lights, mate. I don't
Everybody
want
throw the lights up for Aussie. He's a good bloke. You are, Aussie. You're a very good man, my friend.
So the cuttings, I try. The plant's got to be in good health before you take a cutting. If you're going to get a plant that's under stress, it's going to try and stay in that stress and not in its plant growth and development phase. It's going to activate its immune phase and try and go through that, which you don't want when you're trying to recreate new cells or tissue, which is the roots that you're trying to produce, because it's a tissue culture setting that you want to go in. So it's all going to be perfect with the right amount of oxygen. Plants are totipotent in nature, so they really want to reproduce. So you don't have to do much. You just got to keep them in their environment they want, and as long as the genetics is stable, you should be pretty much right. You can put them in water. You can put them in the aerocloners. There's heaps of different ways that you can do cuttings.
Can I also give you one piece of advice for everybody in the audience that was watching?
Sure.
Don't overpower the lights for it. Because if you overpower the clones, because they don't need a ton of light on a clone.
Even we're not talking about it. Sorry.
Well,
don't worry. This isn't going to get monetized. Keep talking.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, for any cutting of any type of plant, if you overlight it, give it over amount of lights, it's not going to help the plant. It's going to keep stressing the plant out. Does that make sense, Aussie? I've learned that the hard way.
That's right.
You got to control the whole entire environment for your whole garden. No matter what type of plant it is, you gotta have the environment dialed in with the lights for the type of situation the plant is going through. The environment that whatever cutting that you put whatever plant in, it has to be the right specific environment for that type of plant, you know? Does it make sense what I just said to you?
Yep.
And it can be monetized because I said nothing wrong, nothing about any type of plants. I'm just saying whatever type of plants you try to clone.
Yep.
So they can monetize it, keep you monetized for this one. Because it's not saying anything illegal, because it goes for any type of plants that you're cloning. Tomatoes are the same way as any other plants.
Yep. I feel weird. Thanks everybody for listening. I'll catch you next week. Stay there, Scarecrow.
I'm sorry if I bothered you, Aussie.
You didn't, mate. Well, it's challenging for me. I'll see you next week, everyone.